Hello guys, today I just thought I'd show you this game. The reason I thought I'd show you this game? Well, because it's actually not a bad game in comparison to most of it. It's probably my favourite game on the entire game. Mainly because we're actually defending in this game. And it actually feels like I'm doing something. Instead of what usually happens, which is I just get owned. Owned in the facial expression. Every single time. Every single time. Anyway, so in this game I'm using the storm rifle, which is a decent weapon, I have to say. I quite like it. It's a pretty good weapon. It's basically like the plasma rifle from Halo Reach. I don't know if it was in Halo 3, I can't remember. Haven't played Halo 3 in ages. So basically it's like that, but I think it's a bit better, it's a bit more accurate than it was, and its freaking sight, you can't make it go up the screen. Oh my god. You got infinite ammo and firefighting, you just did that for ages, it'd be awesome. You should all try and do that. And this guy, okay, that guy is a boss. Because he shoots a grenade. I think it was pure luck, but he actually shot the grenade out of the air. And this is just weird, I can't believe this guy didn't die. But he didn't. He didn't die, he... Bloomin' heck, what the hell's that? Incinerator cannon, what a boss. What an incinerating boss. Anyway, so I like the storm rifle at the moment. I am using on this class dexterity and dexterity, which makes you switch your guns faster, which is really useful for getting quick headshots, especially if you're using a plasma pistol and DMR. This guy's using a jetpack. What a boss. It's the only guy in this entire game I've ever seen use a jetpack. But that makes you switch weapons quicker, which is really useful for getting headshots. Feels like a plasma pistol DMR combo, which is always good, and I quite like that. Or you can, and I'm using, I think, mobility in this one, which means I can run infinite, or I might not be. I can't remember. Anyway, mobility means you can run infinitely. There's loads of different things in this game. And loads of classes you can make yourself. But I'm really keeping with this one, just because it more or less makes me an all-round powerhouse, being that I can do quite a lot of stuff. I think at the moment on this class I've been using thruster packs, but the thing is that that's only because I haven't had the time to level myself up, so I can get myself what I'd really like, which is invisibility, because on this game I don't know what they're going to do about invisibility, to be honest, but they kind of need to nerf it, because it's just immensely overpowered compared to what it was. They've made it so your invisibility is actually better than it was, so you're harder to see, but I'm not too bothered about that. What I am bothered about is the way that you can tell people are invisible. Because the way you used to be able to turn invisible was that your entire map would just have red dots everywhere. But it was very easy to see them because they'd always be in the middle of those red dots. Near enough, they'd always be in the middle. Around about you. They'd all be quite close to you if you could see it. But it was quite obvious to see kind of like the area where it was. Now it's near enough impossible. It's like there's a 10-meter range where they can have stuff in it. But outside of that area, it's just crazy. Anyway, at this point, I've got, I'm just stalking this area, waiting for this guy who keeps on going ahead and trying to murder them. And I'm kind of waiting for people to come past me. But I do get jumped from behind by the guy with the jetpack. The jetpacks in this game, silent. Completely silent. I can't remember them ever being silent in Reach, but this game, they made them near enough completely silent. I've been using the sniper rifle a bit. I'm a lot better on the bigger maps, but I'm not very good with it on this map. I have the sniper rifle here, and I'm basically just using it to try and get some close range kills, but then get jumped from behind because I don't notice that red dot. And this guy comes up behind me and owns my face, and he owns me. Truly ownification just there. Anyway, this game, I quite like it because they've turned it turns into a bit of a defense/attack game. So they're constantly attacking us. It's like I felt in this game like I was the underdog in the entire game. Like, I felt like I was going to lose because they were just constantly on the attack. They just did not, like, give up on constantly attacking us. And even when your, like, spawn point moved to the other base, they would just attack that one. They're like bloodhounds, just constant feed of attack. They were really good. They seem to be quite well coordinated compared to most of the teams, and we weren't that coordinated. We were just defending. We were just basically defending from their attacks in this entire game. And I was astonished when we actually won the game. I wasn't really keeping track on the score, but the first time I looked at the score, they were at 110. They were about at 80, and we were about 100. So we were quite even comparatively to what we were. But then, in around about halfway through the game, this kind of started with this, like, us literally just constantly attacking. Just constant attack, literally all the time, constant attack. It was astonishing. I can't believe I can't die without a grenade, but I didn't. Anyway, it was just astonishing the way they were actually attacking us. Also, that weapon just there, suppressor, talking about that as well, that weapon is actually really good. Comparatively to the storm rifle, it's a foreigner weapon, of course, but it kind of it's decent. It's an alright one. The light rifle I wasn't too bad with, as long as you used it in the right way, but this weapon is far better. The only thing is that unlike with the use of the storm rifle, it has a bit of a higher, its bloom of the sight just goes out way more than it could. But the thing is, that makes it really good at closer ranges, but useless at any other. It is probably the most inaccurate weapon in the game. So you are gonna die by that weapon if you don't. Basically, if you're in a tiny room and they have that weapon and you don't, then you're gonna die. You're dead. So if you want to do close water combat, try and get near people, kind of take them out. I would advise that weapon. Also, secondary weapons, I would advise the bolt shot, just because it's the only weapon that you can get as an ordnance that insta kills people. It fires 5 shots. You can charge it up to fire 5 shots, and it will insta kill somebody. It doesn't matter if they've got full health. It's basically like a shotgun. You need to be quite predictive with it, but it's pretty good. And at this point, I was astonished. I was astonished at them. I was more amazed at them than me at this point, because they just were not noticing me. It seems to be, I don't know if it's because these are newer people to Halo, or if it's just because they completely and utterly ignore the sensor. It's just that, unlike, there's certain games where you can ignore the sensor and you can be fine. You can be fine on Call of Duty by just ignoring the sensor. You don't have to look at the sensor, you just have to be very good and very reactive, which is kind of how I play Call of Duty, and not that bad at it. But in this game, if you don't look at that sensor, you are not going to get kills, and you are going to be surprised. Because you can work out where people are coming from gun noises, but it's pretty tough. So I wouldn't even try it. Just that sensor, people ignore it, and I don't know why. But as you can see, I've not used my ability throughout this entire game because I don't use it. I don't see a point in using the abilities. I use them quite a lot in Halo Reach, because of course all I ever used in Halo Reach was sprint. But now they've made sprint like you can do it anyway. So I don't see the point in me having another way of doing it. So there's no point in me having an actual arm ability, because I'm never going to use it. This guy owns me because he's using a sword just there, which isn't even better than a suppressor at close range. But you are just going to do that. You're just going to get owned in the face. Literally all the time. That guy owns me as well. That's another suppressor. You can tell by the noise that the guy makes that it's a suppressor. But this game is coming to a close now. We've got 5:33:20. I think at the end of this game we won pretty easily with, I think, 360 to 600. So it wasn't a bad game for us, and I did win the entire game. altogether. So it didn't go bad at all. But those guys, I have to say, I have to compliment on how good they were. The only thing is that they didn't seem to be particularly good at killing people. They were like well organised, but were awful at killing. I didn't quite understand it. It was like it was one of the best teams I've come over, but they were awful at killing. Anyway, there's 3 more kills left on this game. So, what am I going to talk about? Well, it's the end of the video. I don't see the point in talking about something. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, then like it. If you want more of this, and subscribe to the channel of channelness. Anyway, guys, goodbye, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.